Verbs are the engine of every sentence. Without them, nothing moves, nothing happens, and nothing gets said. These are 100 core Chinese verbs, the actions that power every conversation, every story, and every thought. Each one heard, repeated, and absorbed until your ear catches them automatically in real speech. Listen daily and watch how fast Chinese starts to click. Let's train right now.
是
To be is ver.
是
To be is mr.
you
To have, there is.
you
To have, there is.
在
To be at, to exist somewhere.
在
To be at, to exist somewhere.
做
To do, to make.
做
To do, to make.
说
To speak, to say.
说
To speak, to say.
Something is coming very soon. That is the single most frequently heard verb in all of spoken Chinese. Train your ear to catch it automatically.
去
To go.
去
To go.
来
To come.
来
To come.
摊
To look, to watch, to read.
摊
To look, to watch, to read.
听
To listen. To hear.
听
To listen, to hear.
躺
To think, to want, to miss.
躺
To think, to want, to miss.
10 verbs in. These 10 alone power hundreds of sentences. Your ear is already tuning into the most essential actions in Chinese.
知道
To know.
知道
To know.
觉得
To feel, to think.
觉得
To feel, to think.
喜欢
To like, to enjoy.
喜欢
To like, to enjoy.
恩
To love.
To love.
Keep listening. The verb arriving now is one that appears in more daily Chinese sentences than almost any other action word.
的
To want, to need, will.
咯
To want, to need, will.
能
Can, to be able to.
能
Can, to be able to.
黑
To know how to, will.
黑
To know how to, will.
可以
May. Can. It is okay to.
可以
May, can, it is okay to.
应该，应该，
should, ought to,
应该，应该，
should, ought to,
需要，需要，
to need,
需要，需要，
to need,
20 verbs absorbed. The modal verbs you just trained on are the ones that modify every other verb in Chinese. Master these and every sentence becomes possible.
吃，吃，
To eat,
吃，吃，
to eat,
喝，喝，
to drink,
喝，喝，
to drink,
满，满，
to buy,
满，满，
to buy,
难，难，
to sell,
慢，慢，
The cell.
用，用，
to use,
用，用，
to use,
打，打，
To take, to hold, to grab.
拿，拿，
to take, to hold, to grab,
给，给，
The del.
给，给，
The gel.
What is flowing in now are the movement and position verbs, the ones your ear will hear in every Chinese sentence about where things are and where people go.
放，放，
to put to a place, to release,
放，放，
to put, to place, to release,
蛋，蛋，
To bring, to take along, to carry.
蛋，蛋，
to bring, to take along, to carry,
增，增，
To send, to give as a gift, to see off.
增，增，
to send, to give as a gift, to see off,
30 verbs in. Your ear is locking onto the core action words of Chinese. These verbs are the skeleton of every sentence you will ever hear.
走，走，
to walk, to leave,
走，走，
to walk, to leave,
跑，跑，
to run,
跑，跑，
to run,
坐，坐，
To sit, to travel by.
坐，坐，
To sit, to travel by.
站，站，
to stand,
站，站，
To stand,
回，回，
to return, to go back,
回，回，
to return, to go back,
进，进，
to enter, to go in,
进，进，
To enter, to go in.
出，出，
to exit, to go out,
脱，脱，
to exit, to go out. Stay focused. A cluster of communication verbs is arriving that your ear will hear in every conversation, meeting, and phone call in Chinese.
摊，摊，
to open, to drive, to start,
摊，摊，
to open, to drive, to start,
问，问，
To close, to turn off.
问，问，
to close, to turn off,
à, à,
to hit, to call, to do.
打，打，
To hit, to call, to do.
40 verbs. Movement, position, and basic action are all yours. Your ear is building a complete action map of Chinese.
问，问，
See, ask,
问，问，
to ask,
答，答，
To answer, to reply.
答，答，
to answer, to reply.
高速，高速，
To tell, to inform.
高速，高速，
To tell, to inform.
叫，叫，
To call, to shout, to be named.
叫，叫，
To call, to shout, to be named.
写，
To write.
写，
to write,
播，播，
To read aloud, to study,
多，多，
to read aloud, to study,
发，发，
To send, to emit, to issue.
啪，啪，
to send, to emit, to issue.
Do not slow down. The cognitive and emotional verbs arriving now are the ones that let your ear follow the inner world of every Chinese conversation.
扣，扣，
to receive, to collect, to accept,
抽，抽，
To receive, to collect, to accept.
接，接，
To receive, to connect, to pick up.
接，接，
To receive, to connect, to pick up.
增，增，
To wait.
增，增，
To wait.
50 verbs. Halfway through and your ear is already recognizing the action core of Chinese sentences automatically.
记得，记得，
To remember.
记得，记得，
to remember,
扔，扔，
To forget,
扔，扔，
to forget,
明白，明白，
to understand, to be clear,
明白，明白，
To understand, to be clear.
左，左，
to understand, to get it.
躲，躲，
To understand, to get it.
学，学，
To study, to learn.
学，学，
To study, to learn.
教，教，
To teach.
教，教，
to teach,
练习，练习，
To practice.
练习，练习，
To practice.
The work and life verbs arriving now are the ones you will hear in every Chinese workplace, home, and daily routine.
当，当，
To help,
当，当，
to help,
找，找，
To look for, to search.
找，找，
To look for, to search.
认识，认识，
To know someone, to recognize.
认识，认识，
To know someone. To recognize.
60 verbs. Your ear is now trained on the verbs that power every Chinese conversation, from the simplest exchange to the most complex discussion.
见，见，
To see, to meet.
见，见，
To see, to me.
遇到，遇到，
To encounter, to run into.
遇到，遇到，
To encounter, to run into.
捉，捉，
To live, to stay, to reside.
捉，捉，
To live, to stay, to reside.
工作，工作，
To work.
工作，工作，
To work.
修行，修行，
To rest.
修行，修行，
To rest.
睡觉，睡觉，
To sleep.
睡觉，睡觉，
To sleep.
起床，起床，
To get up, to get out of bed.
起床，起床，
To get up. To get out of bed.
Something is approaching that describes a group of verbs every ear must know. The change of state verbs that signal when something shifts in Chinese speech.
写，写，
To wash.
写，写，
To wash.
穿，穿，
To wear, to put on.
穿，穿，
To wear. To put on.
换，换，
To change, to exchange.
换，换，
To change. To exchange.
70 verbs. The final 30 are the ones that complete your ear training toolkit. Every verb from here is one you will hear every single day.
开始，开始，
To begin, to start.
开始，开始，
To begin. To start.
结束，结束，
To end, to finish.
结束，结束，
To end, to finish.
完成，完成，
To complete, to accomplish.
完成，完成，
To complete. To accomplish.
停，停，
To stop.
停，停，
To stop.
继续，继续，
To continue.
继续，继续，
To continue.
改编，改编，
To change.
改编，改编，
To change.
变成，变成，
To become. To turn into.
变成，变成，
To become. To turn into.
The very last verbs are the ones that complete the full circle of human action in Chinese. Hear them and feel the entire language click into place.
决定，决定，
To decide.
决定，决定，
To decide.
选择，选择，
To choose, to select.
选择，选择，
To choose, to select.
同意，同意，
To agree.
同意，同意，
To agree,
拒绝，拒绝，
To refuse, to reject.
拒绝，拒绝，
To refuse, to reject.
相信，相信，
To believe, to trust.
相信，相信，
to believe, to trust.
希望，希望，
To hope, to wish.
希望，希望，
To hope, to wish.
担心，担心，
To worry, to be concerned.
担心，担心，
To worry, to be concerned.
注意，注意，
To pay attention, to notice.
注意，注意，
To pay attention, to notice.
准备，准备，
To prepare, to get ready.
准备，准备，
To prepare, to get ready.
计划，计划，
To plan,
计划，计划，
to plan.
解决，解决，
To solve, to resolve.
解决，解决，
To solve, to resolve.
发现，发现，
To discover, to find out.
发现，发现，
To discover, to find out.
表示，表示，
To express, to indicate.
表示，表示，
To express, to indicate.
表现，表现，
To perform, to show, to express.
表现，表现，
To perform, to show, to express.
感谢，感谢，
To thank, to feel grateful.
感谢，感谢，
To thank, to feel grateful.
原谅，原谅，
To forgive.
原谅，原谅，
To forgive.
保持，保持，
To maintain, to keep.
保持，保持，
To maintain, to keep.
坚持，坚持，
To persist, to keep going.
坚持，坚持，
To persist. To keep going.
放弃，放弃，
To give up, to abandon.
放弃，放弃，
To give up, to abandon.
努力，努力，
To work hard. To make effort.
努力，努力，
To work hard, to make effort.
100 core verbs complete. Your ear has just trained on every action word that drives Chinese conversation. Listen daily and watch how fast every sentence opens up. You just trained your ear on 100 core Chinese verbs, the engine behind every sentence you will ever hear or say in Mandarin. These are not random words. They are the fundamental actions of human life expressed in Chinese, moving, speaking, thinking, feeling, deciding, and everything in between. Come back tomorrow and listen again. Every repeat makes the recognition faster and more automatic until you hear a verb in real speech and your brain catches it instantly without any effort at all. Want to keep building? Our next video gives you 100 core Chinese nouns to pair with every verb you just learned so your sentences come together completely. Subscribe and hit the bell right now so you never miss a training session. Now, let's repeat everything once more to let every single verb settle permanently into your listening memory.